We therefore decline to take ownership of the said results because the aggregation resulted in a total exceeding the percentage of 100, which cast doubt on the accuracy of the source of the figures tallied, and when we demanded that we verify our record, the chairman declined, overruled us, and insisted on declaring and announcing the said result. That, number 2, contrary to the Constitution and legislation, the results declared and announced did not indicate the total number of registered voters, the total number of votes cast, or the number of rejected votes, if any. In this regard, the results announced by Mr. Chebukati lacked a critical ingredient, namely the total number of valid votes cast to support the percentages scored by the 4 candidates. Unless demonstrated otherwise, we all know that the percentage is essentially a fraction of a whole number. Hence, if, for example, the 7.17 million valid votes cast in favor of the winning candidate, as declared and announced by Mr. Chebukati, translates to 50.49%, then it was 50.49 of what? Guided by the authority of Mainakiai case, petition number 106 of 2016, as upheld by the Court of Appeal in Civil Appeal number 105 of 2017, and affirmed by the Supreme Court of Kenya, we state categorically that the results of the presidential election held in August 9, 2022, declared and announced by Mr. Wafula Chebukati on August 15, 2022, belonged to himself and do not represent the declaration and announcement by Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. The Commission has to process the results before they are declared and announced by the chairperson. Take notice that Mr. Chebukati claimed that Raila Odinga attained 25% of votes in 34 counties, while William Ruto attained 25% in 39 counties. The question is, which figures in the 34 and 39 counties respectively constituted the independent variable to warrant the conclusion of 25% in 34 counties and 25% in the 39 counties for Raila and Ruto respectively? In the absence of a credible and verifiable explanation, we concluded that the process that went into generation of Form 34C, which he used to declare results of the presidential election, was opaque and incapable of earning our ownership and confidence.
As a commission, we were not, as the Vice Chair has said, we were not doing the tallying that was being done by our staff, technical staff. It was not known to the commissioners until the moment around 4:30, when Mr. Chebukati brought the results tabulated in the format. And he did not give us an opportunity to discuss the results. He just said, these are the results of each particular candidate. They have scored this and they have met the constitutional threshold, and therefore he is going to read the results. And he did not allow us to discuss to see whether there were any disparities. So as a commissioners, we did not have other results. Those are the results that we were supposed to have discussed before they are declared in accordance with the legal requirement. So we don't have, and we didn't have, because we were not doing any other results. It is those ones that he was doing. That is simple.
So you believe that there would have been a difference from the Forms 34B that had been uploaded and ones that Kenyans had already tabulated through the process and the final result?
We have given you the statement, and the statement has indicated 100.1%. The rest is for you to decide. We'll give you the statement to go and look at it. Yeah?
For the avoidance of doubt, let me quote the Maina Kiai case. It says, "We reiterate as we conclude that there is no doubt from the architect of the law, we have considered that the people of Kenya did not intend to vest or concentrate such sweeping and boundless powers in one individual, the chairperson of the appellant. The emphasis is that the Commission's chairperson has conducted the election as though he is the National Returning Officer, a non-existent role, and his role in declaring results that were not approved by plenary by all 7 commissioners renders the results unconstitutional to the extent that this is his own results as opposed to those of IEBC. In keeping to Article 138(2) of the Constitution, there is no national presidential election in Kenya, but rather the presidential election is held in each constituency.
We do not know the actual numbers, but even if you look at the screen, before the results were announced by Mr. Chebukati, they were required to announce constituencies that have not been announced. There were about 20 or slightly 20, between 20 and 30. We know that because Professor Ngurie was carrying the files to go and announce those results before Mr. Chebukati announces the presidential result.
Oh, okay, so sorry, can we hear your question?
Just one question.
No. We have given her.
We have told you that thing. Let me tell you.
We are going to take question.
Let me answer. We have said very, very clearly, and I want you to listen, that the final tallying of the results was not brought to the attention of the Commission, so I will not be able to answer that question. It's only Mr. Chebukati who can answer that question for you.
I have a question.
Okay. Point number 4. That in contrary to the Constitution and legislation, by the time the chairman declared and announced the final results from certain constituencies had not been announced. This is our statement. We promised you a comprehensive statement, so here we are, and we are going to give it out to the media. Thank you.